Hello and welcome to Talking Golf with Gary. This week, the dynamic Gary will introduce you to all kinds of topics pertinent to this past week of golf. He'll give you some tidbits of information as what's coming up and take you on a tour around the world for all of the golfing highlights. Sit back and enjoy Talking Golf with Gary.
And hello and welcome to another exciting adventure episode of Talking Golf with Gary. Hope everybody had a great week out there. It was a terrific week on the golf course for everybody. And happy 4th of July to America and to everybody out there. It is the July 4th weekend, and or actually the holiday is one day tomorrow, Thursday. I think a lot of people are going to make a long weekend out of it. So if you're making a long weekend, have a great weekend. If you just got the one day off, enjoy it, relax, don't drink and drive. And unless you're driving on the golf course, of course. But have a great weekend, have some fun, and enjoy the summer. And enjoy your family and whatever that you're going to enjoy. Have a good time and, but be safe. No fireworks, okay? We want you back here in one piece to join us for the next episode. And let's see what happened in this week in golf. Nate Lashley completed an unlikely wire-to-wire victory in the Rocket Mortgage Classic on Sunday for his first PGA Tour title. Lashley closed with a 2-under 70 to finish at 25-under 263 and win by 6 shots, the margin he took into the day after opening with rounds of 63, 67, and 63. The 36-year-old Lashley's parents and girlfriend were killed in a plane crash 15 years ago. He dabbled in real estate after graduating from the University of Arizona. He quit playing professional golf several years ago and resumed playing a few years ago in PGA Tour circuits. Without my parents, I wouldn't have started playing golf when I was little, said Lashley, who began playing when he was 8. They did everything to help me have a career. And he pushed through that adversity. I know I talked about it over the weekend. It's really been a big part of his game that he struggled with the emotion of it all. And I believe his parents actually were watching him play in college, and we're going back home when their plane crashed. Monday qualifier Doc Redman shot a 67 to finish second. Rory Sabatini is 68, and Wes Roach is 68, were another stroke back in third. Lashley slipped into PGA Tour's first event in Detroit as an alternate Wednesday. The Nebraskan took full advantage, shooting a career low 63 in the first round to take a lead he refused to lose at Detroit Golf Club. Lashley stayed atop the leaderboard with a 67 on Friday and gave himself a cushion with another 9 under 63 on Saturday. So congratulations, Nate Lashley gets his first PGA win and gets it in style, going wire to wire. That's pretty impressive. And Steve Stricker built a commanding 6-stroke lead going into the final round of the U.S. Senior Open at Warren Golf Course in South Bend, Indiana. And on Sunday, he shot a tiny 1 under 69 to finish a record 19 under overall and win by 6. Jerry Kelly and David Toms tied for second at 13 under. Stricker's 261 topped Kenny Perry's 264 from Salem Country Club in 2017. It's the first time the 52-year-old Stricker has entered the event, and it comes just a month after he won the PGA Tour Champions Regions Tradition by 6. He also has 4 other top 10 in his previous 7 PGA Tour Champions start this season and made 4 cuts in 7 PGA Tour starts. Stricker tied the U.S. Senior Open record with an opening day 62 and added 64 on Friday and 66 on Saturday to establish himself and to establish that win and to set the 54-hole tournament record. On Sunday, he birdied the first hole, followed a bogey on 10 with a birdie on 12, and made pars all the way into the clubhouse, and nobody came near him. He just played really a nice round of golf. He was tough all week, was Steve Stricker, so congratulations to him. One of my favorites. It seems like a nice man, and he deserves all he gets. So he's got his U.S. Open, Seniors Open title now. And Christian Bezuidenhout won his first European. I apologize, some of these names. Won his first European Tour title in emphatic style with a 6-shot victory at the Estrela Dam NA Andalusia Masters hosted by the Sergio Garcia Foundation. Now, folks, that's a mouthful. I hope you appreciate that, because that's not easy to say. South African came into the final day at the Real Club Valderrama with a 5-shot lead, and while he saw that trimmed to 3 at one point, the closing 71 saw him finish at 10 under and lift the trophy. The victory also secures him a major championship debut at the Open Championship, with the 25-year-old Frenchman Mike Lorenzo Vera and local favorite Adri Aramis qualifying as the top 3 players in the top 10 not already exempt. Spaniards Eduardo de la Riva and Alvaro Quiros also finished in a 5-way tie at 4 under, but missed out due to sitting lower on the official world golf ranking, while world number 11 John Rahm is already exempt. So not only did he get his first title, he got an invite to the Open Championship taking place, the final major of the year, in just a few weeks. We're not that far away, folks. I think we have 2 more tournaments, and then we have the Open, or maybe it's just 1 more. No, 2 more. A couple of weeks, and we'll all be in Ireland. Well, I'm not going to be in Ireland, but the golfing world will be centered in Ireland for what we call the British Open. They call the Open Championship over there. But that's a great event, and always fun to watch on TV, especially if the wind is up and it's cold and all of that nice thing. All right, let's take a look at the LPGA Tour, as they played a big event in Arkansas, and Sunghoon Park is projected to move back to Rolex World number 1 with her victory at the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship. Park's 2-putt birdie from 50 feet at the final hole broke a 4-way tie to give the South Korean her 7th LPGA title, her 2nd this season. With a 5 under 66, Park finished at 18 under, a shot ahead of Inbee Park, who shot a 65, Danielle Kang, who also shot a 65, and Hoo Joo Kim, who also shot a 65. That seemed to be the key number there, 65. Park, 25 years old, will ascend back to world number 1 for the 4th time in her career. She will move up 1 spot, overtaking Jin Young Ko, whose run at the top spot will end after 12 weeks. Park held the top spot for 1 week late in 2017 for 10 consecutive weeks. In the second half of last year, she held it, and for 5 weeks this past spring. So Sunghoon Park is going back into the number 1 slot in the Rolex World Rankings for the lady players, and really she played a tough tournament and played well and really deserved to win. She got that birdie on the final hole. That was very interesting, as they came into the final hole with having the 4 or 5 people tied at first place, but she was able to birdie, get it in close, hit the birdie, and become the champion of the Walmart NW Arkansas Championship. So congratulations to her. Okay, let's take a break. And we'll come back. We've got the calendar yet, and we got a new little feature here, the tip of the week. So you're not going to want to miss that. So let's take this quick little message and be back right after this.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for interesting baseball talk, opinions, and history.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for barbecue recipes, tips, and interviews from the world of barbecue. If you like baseball and if you like barbecue, then tune in to Baseball and BBQ. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and BaseballTalkRadio.com.
And thank you guys for that great little message. You know, do you ever notice when you're playing around a golf and you seem to get better later in the round? You notice that? Well, a lot of time that is because you don't have your feel early in the round, especially if you're like most people. Now, how many of us get there an hour early and go on a driving range and warm up? Well, first off, if you play a lot of municipal courses, they may not have a driving range. And if they do, they're charging you extra money. And if you're watching your bucks, you want to just go out and play and try and, warm it up and all of this. And so, really, your first couple of holes, you're really warming up. But you could throw away your whole round by not, getting there earlier and warming up. And Jack Nicklaus was a huge proponent of making sure he dialed in his feel on shorter shots before he moved into his full swings. And this is one of the greatest golf tips that has been making its way around for years. Establishing your feel on shots from 15 to 45 yards is a great way to warm up and get your swing in sync before you move on to your longer clubs. All the pros do it. Try this in your next practice session or before a round. Start off with your shorter clubs. Try to get the feel for distances, 15, 45 yards. It'll get you loose. It'll get, you'll feel the club in your hand, and it'll get you ready for your round before you move on to those longer clubs. So check that out. Try to do that. And, hey, look, it worked for Jack Nicklaus. It's got to work for you. All right, let's take another quick break, and we'll be back with the calendar.
Sponsor an ad on the podcast. Support our show and let people know about your business. Email us today.
516-362-0443. That is the Talking Golf Hotline. If you've got a question, a comment, or want to leave a voicemail, say hi. That's the number to call, 516-362-0443. Or if you'd like to leave an email, you can email the show at talkinggolf@gmail.com.
Now it's time to do the calendar. Now it's time to do the calendar. Oh, hooray, let's sing the calendar. Now it's time to do the calendar.
Alrighty. Time to do the calendar for this week. And let's see, what do we got? Well, on the PGA Tour, they're going to be in, I think it's Minnesota. They're going to be playing the 3M Open. And, forgot to write down who's the defending champion there. So, don't know about that. On the Champions Tour, they're taking a week off after their big major. And then they'll return the following week. And then they'll be off, and then they're going to have their British Open or the Senior Open Championship in a couple of weeks as well, the week after the regular tour plays it. On the European Tour, it is the Dubai Duty-Free Irish Open, and Russell Knox is the defending champion in that one. And the LPGA Tour is playing the Thornbury Creek LPGA Classic And Se Young Kim is the title holder, was last year's winner in that event. So good luck to all the participants in all of those things. And we'll have the results next week for you. And that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to thank you all for listening. And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker, Google Play, Spotify, wherever you listen or watch the podcast. Hit the subscribe button. That helps me grow the show and expand to new listeners. And until next time, remember, be safe this weekend, of course. But also, as you walk down the fairway of life, you must smell the roses because you only get to play one round. Have a great week, everybody. Enjoy your holiday, and I'll see you next time on another edition of Talking Golf with Gary.